Alright guys, so sorry about that. If you were either watching that video on YouTube or you were watching live on the stream, you probably wondered what the hell happened to my mic. It died. This is just an issue with Windows that happens from time to time. It's a Windows driver error, and then it fixes itself if I restart the stream, which is what I did. So now we should be good. Hopefully it doesn't happen again during this stream. My apologies. Now what I was saying was the following. Someone had asked me, it was actually, oh shit. It was Mr. Barbavera who said the following. He said, Ghostbusters, Sonic, Final Fantasy, man, 2020 is going to be a good year. And I was saying, well, you know, I agree, but at the same time, isn't it funny that once again, everything old is new again? That apparently humans have this weird cycle where they get creative and then they can't do anything creative at all, so they just copy the shit of the past. Like, everything you just mentioned is from either the late 80s or early 90s, right? So what happened to the creative juices of people, right? I don't get it. I don't understand why the 90s are back again. Now, I'm not saying that I complain. Listen, I grew up that time. I like Sonic the Hedgehog. I like Final Fantasy VII. And I certainly dig Ghostbusters, you know. But I just find it kind of weird that it seems like all the biggest things coming up in 2020 are things from the 1990s. Like 20 years ago, they're being rebooted now, right? But hey, it works for me because the 1990s was one of the favorite times of my life. You know, I was growing up as a kid. Everything was awesome in the 90s, right? So, no complaints from me. Let's see here. I Killed Kenny tipped me $1, said when you see the chest icon appear in the top right corner of your HUD, it means that the game is auto-saving itself, and I don't think there's a way to turn that off in this version of the game. I think you're right. However, I don't usually see that chest. I'm usually paying attention to everything else going on around me, so I don't know how often the game auto-saves or not. Should be Pipley cheered again. He said, I can't play those games for long. Your heart is probably grateful for the Minecraft streams. Yeah, dude. That's why I love doing this as the last thing of the week. This totally chills me out. I end up having a nice relaxing night, and then tomorrow's my day off, and I have a good one. It's not like, oh my god, I'm like so stressed and fucking pissed off at stressful games. You know what I mean? And now I take my day off, it's like, I'm on edge. No, instead it's the complete opposite. Like this stream helps me to unwind. It helps me to relax and have a good time. I really like it. By the way, if you don't see, I've gone completely around the village. This river apparently circles the village because I'm on the other side of the village now. You know, I hope I'm gathering enough clay to do what I want to do. I hope that, like, I'm not going to have to go a crazy quest looking for clay somewhere else. I am getting quite a lot of it, but I don't know if it's going to be nearly enough. I think Papa Vera said, no lie, I need like 1,000 or more blocks of clay. Not clay balls, blocks of clay. So, this could take some time. Let's see here. Shrimpy Pimply. I just answered Shrimpy Pimply. M5NSX cheered. He said, continuing with that topic, thanks for not just playing the top most popular games. I've learned a lot about different gaming universes from your content over the last 10 years. Indeed. And you know what? That's, again, not who I am. If you guys want to see me play the hot new viral game, I'll give it a shot. I tried out Fortnite. I tried Apex Legends. I'll try it. And, you know, but the thing is, I'm not a one-trick guy. I'm not a guy who's going to only play one thing. And I hate to say it, there's too many people out there who I feel that that's it. I gotta play the popular game that everyone's playing. And if I don't, well, you know, it's like, no, I'm not like that. I play a variety of stuff. I find that people watch me because they find me entertaining as well as the games I'm playing. It's not just about the game. So, I can play a variety of games, and on every given night, have a decent-sized audience of people who are having fun and hanging out with me. It's not like, oh, I'm playing a game tonight and no one showed up, right? It seems like I am lucky in that regard, that people find me as a person entertaining and want to hang out with me, as well as see what games I'm playing. So I'm able to play a variety of stuff. I'm happy that I was able to play Apex Legends earlier this year, but I didn't have to continue to play it endlessly forever, because I don't like the game that much. I played it a few times. I ended up winning with a team of dedicated friends, and I said, I don't need to play this game anymore. I've bested it, right? Like, I have bested this shit. There's no reason for me to continue playing this shit. And then I stopped playing it. You know what? I think I went in a circle. No, I didn't go in a circle. I must have got turned around at some point. Because now, this is back where I started. So I definitely got turned around at some point. Okay. I gotta sleep again. Here we go. Gex the Lizard cheered. He said, if you must not be named were to apologize for his criminal activities, would you forgive him? It's not a matter of an apology. It's a matter of stop doing it. Because the people who do that stuff, they know. They outright know what they're doing is hurting me. It's stealing my content. It's taking viewers away from me. Instead of contributing to me, they're contributing to them. They know that. They know they are stealing. They can try to justify it till the cows come home under fair use or whatever. They know what they are doing is wrong. They are ignoring the morality of the issue because they know they legally cannot get in trouble for it, and they can make a buck doing it. The only way I would ever accept an apology is if they stopped doing it, which he's not going. None of them are ever going to do that. It's not just one person. There's more than one person who does it. They're never going to stop doing it. If they can get notoriety, if they can get popularity and make money by basically ripping me off, why wouldn't they continue doing it? There's no repercussions, right? YouTube absolutely fucking refuses to take any action against them because they say, you need to sue them. We don't do anything about defamation. We don't do anything about actual copyright infringement. You have to sue them if you want action taken. I can't sue because I'm not rich and I don't have the time to do it. So I guess I'm fucked. I'm the odd man out that gets screwed over and there's nothing I can do about it. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, no apology, fucking apology. Stop fucking ripping me off on a daily basis. Show some actual talent and skill and show that you could do something other than steal. And then maybe I would actually respect you a little bit. Because the truth of the matter is these people obviously have talent or they wouldn't have a following. It's just sad they put that talent towards something that's illegal. It really is. It's sad that they can't do something, you know, fun and creative and positive and legal with their fucking talents. Instead, they have to do something that's the easy way out, the easy way to make money, the easy, you know. What's harder? Actually being here, creating these streams, interacting with you guys, putting out fun gameplay, and actually playing while I'm interacting with you and doing all this, or just sitting there making fun of someone all night? What's harder? Right? Obviously, what I do is 20 million times fucking harder. I work harder, and I'm more dedicated to my audience than any of those motherfuckers. But they will do it because it's easy mode bullshit and it's illegal. They don't give a fuck. So there's nothing I can do about it, and no apology is ever going to be accepted. Just stop fucking ripping me off and go the fuck away and leave me alone. Okay. Shrimpy Pimply cheers. I was super excited for and watching your medieval playthrough on YouTube. I'm kind of disappointed. The stream seemed to be telling you every secret and hint. I want to see you experience it for yourself. Kind of ruined it for me. I don't really remember that. I remember, I'd say the one major hint that I got was that, for the scarecrows, you can use your regular sword to keep them away, because I never would have figured that out, and I probably would have got killed by a million times. And the other thing was, like, there was one stage where I couldn't figure out where the chalice was, so they told me that the chalice comes up later in the stage or whatever. But outside of that, they weren't really holding my hand or telling me much, about what to do. So I don't really know what you mean by that. Maybe I'm just not remembering or whatever, or maybe it came across that way. But no, in reality, no one was really hand-holding me. I was trying to do it all for myself, honestly. Ah, take that. Good game, Goblin tipped me $1. Oh, asked me, did I play the first Titanfall? Yes, I did. He said the game was incredible, then they ruined the sequel by making the maps tiny. I did play the first Titanfall. I actually liked the first Titanfall. What I said that I didn't like about the first Titanfall was that there was no story. That really what they did by making it all only multiplayer. And, we have a story, but it's part of the multiplayer maps. That the game basically was sold for $60, and it wasn't a $60 game. That was a $30 release is what it was. The gameplay mechanics were good. The maps were good. I did like the gameplay of Titanfall. I thought the connections in general were pretty good. The gunplay was fun. But it was not a $60 release. They basically ripped you off and sold you a $30 game for $60. Then with Titanfall 2, they actually did have a full-fledged campaign that was very good. I even told everyone, I felt the Titanfall 2 campaign was one of the best campaigns that year, but no one played Titanfall 2 because Titanfall 1 was online only. Oh, by the way, the other thing, Titanfall 1 was an Xbox One exclusive, right? So no one fucking played it because everyone wanted to play cross-platform, or, you know, so many more people at that point, that early into this generation's console life cycle, way more people had a PS4 than had an Xbox One. So it was pretty disappointing. You could only play the game on Xbox One, and that the player base was so much lessened because of that. They should have definitely gone cross-platform. But hey, decisions, right? And that was a decision they made, and it didn't work out. So it just kind of sucks because you're absolutely right. I feel both Titanfall 1 and 2 are great games and never really got their due. Just because of the bad choices. The first game, being Xbox One exclusive, not having a story-based campaign, but instead multiplayer only, ruined it, and it wasn't enough content for a full price tag. Then they made a sequel that was enough content for a full price tag, but no one trusted it to be good, so no one bought it. Now it's funny because those very same people just made Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. That game's absolutely outstanding, right? Great graphics, great story, great gameplay elements. The game is absolutely fun as hell, amazing, and hopefully now people will start giving Respawn a chance and saying, okay, it's not Titanfall, it's a new IP, Star Wars or whatever, and they'll start checking out the stuff that they make, because obviously they've now proven themselves as a game developer that's not a one-trick pony. They went ahead and made a completely different genre of game that's actually quite good. Oh shit, you hear that skeleton? By the way, my inventory's full. I gotta go back to town. Well, shit. Alright. Yeah, my inventory's full, so I gotta remember to go back this way eventually if I need more. Good game, Goblin. Tip me $1. Says, did you play? Oh, I already answered that. Never mind. He was asking about Titanfall. Of course, yes. I played the first Titanfall. My bad. Alright, I gotta ask a question. Maybe you guys can answer this, maybe you can't. What is this with this game, Tales of the Sun? For like months, people keep asking me to play this game, Tales of the Sun. No one will tell me what the hell the game is, right? No one. No one's explained this is why you need to play it. It's a cool game, and this is... Everyone's just like, play Tales of the Sun, but won't say a word about it. What the fuck is Tales of the Sun? It's gotta be a meme from somewhere else. It's gotta be. Because why else would so many people bring it up and ask me for it when I've never fucking heard of it? Mr. Robovera says I can oh shit, he's right. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot that they added that small auto crafting feature, and now you can just craft out of your inventory. I completely forgot about that. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Robovera, for saying that. So I can do a little bit more. Yeah, I can actually do a little bit more. Shit. There's a 3D action and role-playing video game developed by Art Dink and released on the PlayStation. Art Dink. Who's Art Dink? Arthur Dinklage? Alright, I'm gonna try to head back. Oh, shit. I'm starting to get tired. This sucks. I didn't want to get tired. I still got at least another half an hour to go on the stream. I don't know why I'm fucking tired already. Probably ate too much barbecue chicken and macaroni salad for dinner. That's what my wife made. So we had spicy barbecue pulled chicken on sesame buns with homemade macaroni salad. Let me tell you guys something. It was amazing because we had a spicy style. Oh, man. It was good. It was the right amount of spice. It was just perfect. If you guys get a slow cooker, you gotta slow cook some pulled chicken with some barbecue. Dude, that shit is crazy good. That's right, macaroni salad. Peas, celery, hard-boiled egg, a little bit of mayo, elbow macaroni, seasonings. Oh, dude, this shit's good. I don't have a favorite food. Someone just asked me what's my favorite food. I actually don't have a thing that I would categorize as my favorite food. I like many different kinds of food. Past few years, I've opened my food horizons even a little bit more. I tried various things like sushi, Mediterranean and Middle Eastern food, as well as Indian food recently I started eating. And I really like Indian food, different curries and stuff. Oh, it's good stuff. Surprisingly enough, Indian food is cheap. It's like very inexpensive, but it's fucking crazy good. It might be the perfect combination of flavor to, you piece of shit. It might be the perfect combination of flavor to you piece of shit. It might be. But no, I was going to say it might be the perfect combination of flavor to cost ratio. Inexpensive food that tastes really good and is filling. And by the way, generally, Indian food is very healthy. If you're getting the ones that are veggie based rather than the ones that are heavy, fatty, or starch based, it's actually quite good for you. I've never seen any DSP animations, so I really have no idea what you're talking about. Real Maverick, excuse me, real Cinemaverick. I can't respond and give you an honest answer of what I think about people who make animations about me when I've never seen one. So, there you go. It looks like we're running out of room. Right? Looks like we're running out of space. Froggin's just seriously, now that it's been over a year since you prioritized quality over quantity by skipping shitty games like Fallout 76 and Anthem, do you feel that your streams, hold on, do you feel that your streams have improved by picking and choosing what games you play rather than playing every new release? Yes. However, I'll be honest, it's a trade-off. There are some people right now that are incredibly disappointed with me and that last year contacted me and said, Phil, I'm kind of sad that you're not the guy who plays everything anymore, and because of that, I'm not watching you anymore. There are people who are only watching me to find out about the quality of games, and they would like it when I played bad games, and they would like it when I raged at bad games, and in particular, a lot of people liked it when I bought the bad game and I reviewed it poorly, so then they would know not to buy it and play it themselves. So some people are actually quite disappointed in me that I changed up my formula in the last year, and you know what? It is what it is. You know, when you change, there's always going to be people who don't like change. And I understand that, especially because I was a certain kind of content creator for a very long period of time. And I understand why someone might have been looking for a certain kind of content from me that I don't do anymore, why they would be disappointed. They certainly have the right. So it is what it is. Let me put it this way. People tell me my streams now are much more high quality than they used to be. And people tell me now that because I focus in more on games that I like than games that I don't like, that the streams are much more enjoyable to watch. And I can tell you this, it's actually much more enjoyable for me to play the games in these streams. Now, admittedly, I play a game like Modern Warfare. I don't really like it that much, but I still enjoy playing first-person shooters, and I'll tough through playing the first-person shooter I don't particularly like, at least to have variety on the streams and say that I'm playing a first-person shooter. You see what I mean? It's not always perfect. It would be great if there was a first-person shooter I could play right now that I was in love with. There's not. So I'll play Modern Warfare, I'll tough through it, I'll try to get better at it, and I'll try to learn it, and even if I end up not liking it, I'll still give it a shot. You know what I mean? So it's not always going to work where there's always a game that I love that I'm playing, especially for variety's sake. I want to do variety, and I don't want to just completely shut out a certain genre of game or anything like that. But that being said, in general, you're right. Me pick and choosing the games that I want to play more carefully. And also, I'll be honest with you, Froggins, another major factor was also just money-wise, I'm not in a good situation anymore. It's not like it used to be where, oh, Phil has the ability to buy literally every game under the sun and play it at release, and he has that flexibility and control. I don't. I have incredibly limited funds that I can put towards games. A lot of the games this year I was only able to afford because you guys tipped me, and because of that I was able to get said game, you know, things are a lot different now than they used to be. I wish that they could always be the way they were. They're not. And for a while, things are going to be a lot different, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I hope that things will get better, but for the foreseeable future, it's not going to be very good financially. And so I have to pick and choose what games I'm going to play when and make priority decisions based on what I want to play, what you guys want to see, what we feel is going to be a better playthrough or a better stream. All of that has to be a very important factor, okay? Take a look at how much content I've gotten out of Minecraft. I bought this on Xbox One a year ago to play an Indies marathon. Look how much content I've gotten out of it. It's insane. I played it for a year. I'm still going. We're still discovering things. They're still updating it with new content. I'm still having fun. You guys are still digging the streams. Probably one of the biggest bang for my bucks I've ever had. I'd say the only other game I probably got maybe more content out of over time, arguably, you could also say Black Ops 4 Blackout, because I did play that for a year until I dumped it back in October. Or arguably, you could say Street Fighter 4. Because Street Fighter 4, I played the living shit out of for a while there. You know, that was really, Street Fighter 4 was really the last fighting game that I tried to play at a competitive level. And that's why I put so much time and effort into it. and so many videos. You know, I was one of the few people putting out insane amount of video series of specific characters and stuff back in the day. So there you go. Dull under Paul, whatever that means, sent me $2.50. I don't mean to pester. I was surprised by your answer. I thought you enjoyed wrestling. I know it's just silly fun, but some would say so our game. I do like wrestling. I absolutely do like wrestling. But I'm not serious about it like I used to be. Like, I used to be like, oh my God, I have to watch every single wrestling show the night that it comes out. I have to be in on all the wrestling lore. I have a wrestling commentary show that I do with a friend of mine. And so I have to watch all the new wrestling and do full-on ratings of every show and everything. And I'm not like that anymore. I am now a casualized fan of wrestling. I have the WWE Network, okay? And, you know, when I get a chance to watch the shows, whether it be Raw, SmackDown, because I have Hulu too, so whether I watch Raw, SmackDown, when I get a chance, WWE NXT, WWE 205 Live, and also NXT UK. When I get a chance to watch the shows, I do. But if I have a week where I don't watch them, I don't watch them. I don't stress out about it. I don't worry about missing a show. If I watch a pay-per-view 2-3 weeks late, I don't care. You see what I mean? Like, my mentality is that wrestling is a casualized fun for me, and I'll watch it when I get a chance. I'm not an insanely hardcore, diehard fan of wrestling anymore, where I must be in the know on everything wrestling at every waking moment. You know, I'm just not like that. And you know what? I think I enjoy wrestling more now than I did before. Because the truth of the matter is, when I was getting invested in characters, in plot lines, in storylines, and then when WWE would repeatedly drop the fucking ball over and over, I would actually become disappointed. And instead, now having a casual approach, I don't feel disappointment when something sucks. Like, a lot of people right now are actually upset. They're saying Bray Wyatt the Fiend has been ruined. I don't care. Like, I really don't care. I think that the Fiend was one of the better plot lines at WWE. I didn't have confidence they were going to handle it right. It looks like they're not handling it right. And because I'm not invested, I'm not upset. Right? So, it's not that I don't like wrestling. It's just that I kind of got busy with life. I realized that sitting around and watching wrestling every single day constantly isn't the best course of action. There's more important things to do, like spending time with my wife, spending time with my cat, doing other things besides just sitting and watching fucking wrestling 24/7, you know? Which is what it was becoming. There's so many fucking wrestling shows out now. You don't have to watch wrestling 24/7 to be in the know of all of it. I have many other interests and hobbies and things I like to do. I want to spend time with my family. I don't want to fucking sit around watching wrestling all day. So, I do like wrestling, but I'm just not hardcore into it like I used to be. And I think it's a good thing. I honestly think I enjoy it more this way. So I'm probably going to stay this way. You know, keep in mind, when I was super hardcore into wrestling too, again, it was mostly, one of the motivating factors was I was doing that commentary show, Smart Guys. So I had an incentive to be in the know about wrestling because I was going to talk about it every single week. And if there was a show or two I didn't see, that was something I couldn't talk about on the show and people might want to hear my opinion and couldn't get it. But then, the show got canceled. And so it is what it is, right? If anything, the one regret I have about Smart Guys is that it always ended on the premise that it was going to continue. Because it was supposed to continue with myself and my friend John Rambo. It was supposed to just continue as a remote thing where he called in and we did a remote version of it over the internet. And he told me, for the longest time, yes, don't worry, we are going to still do the show. You know, it's just going to take a while. I'm busy with my own personal stuff. And it always was another excuse, until, of course, eventually I found out he was lying the whole time. He actually didn't want to do the show. He had all this pent-up aggression against me and shit. And apparently it was never going to happen. I wish he had just told me instead of lying to me for a year and a half about it. But what I would have liked to do if that were the case would have done like a final episode. Because that was a show that ran a long time. That was what? Like, I want to say at least 3 years. And we started it in what? Like 2011? And it went all the way through 2014. So when you do a show for that long, you feel an attachment to it. Like I do, I feel pride that every week I was one of the guys who watched every wrestling show. And, you know, I dedicated myself to doing it. And by the way, I should say this too. Maybe I should have seen the signs that maybe John didn't really care as much about the stuff we were doing as I did. Because Smart Guys, he liked watching wrestling, but by the time that we were doing it for like a while, he started complaining about it and was like, man, I'm just going to come and you tell me the results and I'll just tell you what I think about the results. So he basically stopped watching the shows and would just listen to me reading the results and would just react during the show. He wasn't even watching the wrestling anymore, you know? So maybe that should have been an indication that he didn't really care about that stuff anymore anyway, and he basically didn't want to do it. But I was basically taking his word for it, and he kept saying he wanted to do it and whatever. I honestly now, years later, I think about it, and I'm like, he probably was just still doing it for the money, because he knew that I was paying him every show that he was on. I was paying him to be on the show. But he probably didn't like it and didn't want to do it anymore, but didn't want to not get paid. So he just kept doing the show, but even though he wasn't watching the wrestling and wasn't really invested in it anymore. So it is what it is. But anyway, the thing that one of my biggest regrets about that was I was always under the impression that we were going to go back and continue the show, so I never had a final episode. It was never like, here's the big conclusion to Smart Guys, here's a retrospective of all the stuff that we talked about and covered over the years, and thank you so much to the viewers who tuned in and out every single week while we did this commentary show. It just died because I was lied to, essentially. And that's a shame. I actually feel bad that I never had a chance to kind of do a sign-off show and say thank you so much over the years for everyone who watched, because the people who were very dedicated to our show. Sadly, what happened was a lot of the people went from our show, which got canceled, and went on to watch other people's commentary shows. And commentary shows really picked up. Like right now, there's commentary shows of wrestling on the internet that are giant, and they get tons of views, and it's very funny because that was one of the things that I was doing as a side project that was never a real focus of mine, that honestly, if I kept at it and stayed dedicated to it, it might have actually blown up. Because now that wrestling is so popular, you got your AEW, you got your WWE, your Impact, your New Japan. There's so much going on in pro wrestling now that to do an ongoing wrestling commentary show that covers all the news is actually like essential. Most people can't sit around watching all that wrestling all the time. So it actually might have blown up and actually got more popular or whatever. But it sucks that it ended the way it did. And again, I feel bad, and I wish to apologize to those who used to watch that show that it ended the way it did. I was always under the impression it would continue because I was told that by Rambo, only to find out a year and a half afterward that it was all bullshit. So, I Kill Kenny, you're completely mistaken. Rambo was paid for every single minute that he did anything in any of my stuff. Whether it was Smart Guys, whether it was the gameplay that he did with me, whether he traveled with me, like, he was always compensated for everything. Whenever we traveled, I usually paid his way, whether it was a hotel room or stuff like that, travel accommodations or plane tickets. When he was filming with me, he always got paid. The way we used to do it is I actually used to get reports from Machinima. Based on viewership, it would tell you how much money you made on a video. He would get paid 50% of everything. That's how I did it. I said that was the only fair way. Give him half. Even though I was filming, I was editing, I was uploading, I gave him half. Because I was trying to be nice. I was so appreciative that this friend of mine would come and share his expertise and his time and all that with me, that I wanted to make sure that this guy was trying to make out. And I knew that what he was getting paid wasn't enough to make a living. I knew that sadly he had to have another job outside of what we were doing, and I felt bad for that because I really wanted him to be able to kind of be as successful as I was with his own stuff, which it never was. He did his own show, John Rambo Presents the Show. He did his own Nice Man a Hole Punch, and it never really got popular to the point where he could make good money doing it, and I felt bad about that. So I always paid him half. I always did that. I was very honest and upfront about that I would always pay him 50% no matter what, even if it was less than, because essentially I was getting paid less than he was for the stuff we were involved in. But I don't know where people get these crazy misconceptions of all that. I swear, there's just lies and misconceptions out there about that whole time. And there's not much I can do about that. I don't like talking about it because, it is in the past. It's not going to change. What's done is done. People who decided to backstab me did. And that's life, I guess, right? You move on. It's been a long time now. It's been 4 years. And I really don't think about it that much anymore. But every once in a while, you guys ask and it comes up again. So, okay. Richard Link Chu said, I made you a cringy rap song and posted it on the King of Hate under fan art. I hope you like it. Okay, then. Shrimpy Pimply cheered. He said, maybe he enjoyed spending time with you. I mean, maybe he did. I would hope he did. I would hope that simply he didn't just come and spend almost every single weekend with me just for money. Seriously. Like, I genuinely enjoyed all the time that I spent with Rambo. I did. Like, it was so much fun. And that's why I seriously am so fucking blindsided that this guy, after all those years of doing that stuff with me, comes out and is like, oh, Phil was just in it for the money and he never was a good friend and all that. And I'm like, I felt the complete opposite. Like, I thought the time we had was great. I thought that we had a lot of time, special, friend time together. And, I thought that we were close and everything. And apparently he thought complete opposite. So, it's just funny how people can have completely disagreeing viewpoints on this when they're in the same fucking building doing the same thing. I don't know. That's just me, though. That's just my take. That's all it ever will be, is my take. He'll always have his point of view and his opinion. I'll always have my point of view and my opinion. It's just, I am very sad the way that it ended, the way that it did, because it was his choice to do that, not mine. And like I said, one of my biggest regrets, is that I was never able to do a send-off show for the stuff that we were doing. There was no grand finale content with him and me. There was no grand finale of Smart Guys. And that's not, honestly, that's not fair to the viewers who were there from 2010 through 2014. 4 fucking years that people watched all our shit. And then just to say, oh, it's all over because of behind-the-scenes disagreements that we didn't even talk about publicly, and now we just decide it's over. That's fucked up to me, but that's just me. Oh, look. Holy shit. Well, guess what? It seems I've returned home at exactly the right time. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we are going fishing. Damn straight we are. Very nice. Alright. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, we have roughly about 15 to 25 minutes left, depending on how things go here on the stream. The top contributor of tonight still remains Brian Whitaker. So thank you, Brian, for the contributions tonight. Look at this idiot. You guys fuck off so I can fish. Thank you. See you in the afterlife, bitch. Okay. So Brian Whitaker remains the top contributor. Like I said, around 15 to 25 minutes left on the stream. If anyone wants to try to beat his top contribution, if they do, you will be able to choose what we start doing in a future Minecraft stream. Whether it be we go out and explore, whether we build something, whether we name something after, your request. It's all up to you as the top contributor. Now, keep in mind, the stream's almost over for the week. We haven't even begun work on the bird statue yet, okay? I don't even have the blueprints for anything yet. My whole goal today was to build the terracotta, which I'm going to try to work on after I fish here. I'm going to see if I can smelt some of the terracotta and go from there. So let's see how it goes. I don't know how much clay I have. There's still one other area down the river I could look for clay. We might have to do that next time. We'll see, okay? Epic Rage $50 says it's not too late to befriend each other. Anything's possible and life's too short to hold grudges. Yeah, but the thing is, he did hold a grudge. That's the point. Like, I didn't hold a grudge against him. He's the one who didn't respond to me, cut off contact with me, then made a video saying that I was basically a bad person and that he was really upset about things that I had done over the years. So the ball would be in his court to contact me and say, okay, listen, I kind of burned the bridge 4 years ago. I'm sorry, and, let's talk, let's be friends again. That would be in his court. Now, I never ended the friendship. He did. So it's up to him to start things up again, not me. You know what I mean? Like, everything, it's hilarious. How can you make a video saying, well, I never responded to Phil and his texts or anything, but now I expect him to call me. It's like, wait a minute. I was texting you for 6 months. And after a while, you just stopped responding to anything that I had to say. Now you want me to call you. But you stopped responding to me. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like this, he was like so hung up about texting or something. Like, what's the difference between texting or a phone call? Right? It's the modern fucking era. People text all the time. I had to tell you, I didn't call my wife either. The whole time that, before she lived with me, I was texting her. I wasn't calling her on the fucking phone. We texted all the time. So I don't understand what his gripe was. I really don't. I don't get to this day. I don't understand what his big holdup. I really feel that there was, like, underlying pent-up issues that he doesn't want to talk about, and because of that, like, maybe he feels like when I moved away from Connecticut, I abandoned him because I was someone who I was always doing stuff with him, and it was a way for him to have a job or make money or whatever, and when I moved, that was it. That was, like, basically he was, like, unemployed. You know what I mean? Not to say he didn't have another job. He did, but, it never, admittedly, it never was a discussion where I was like, well, I wouldn't move out of Connecticut because Rambo was doing co-op with me every week and making money doing it. That was never a point of discussion at all. He never even brought it up. Maybe that was part of it. I have no idea. All I know is what he said in a video, which to me, watching that video, it doesn't make any sense because the stuff he's saying was never explained to me, never portrayed to me in any way, shape, or form. And from our own personal experiences, from my side, it makes no sense. How can you say that I was not contacting you when I was? You were ignoring me. You know, he was ignoring me for 6 months. He was barely ever responding, if he even responded. And then come to find, oh, well, I really feel that every time he texted me, it was just about filming something. That actually wasn't the case. But when you don't respond to my text, how would you ever know? You see what I mean? He stopped responding to me, so how would he even know what I wanted to talk about when he never fucking bothered to even respond to me? So, it just seems to me that for him, he had this mindset or this idea in his mind, and he got so fed up that he wanted to completely and definitively say, end it. You know, there's too much stress associated with it. There's too many people constantly pestering me on the internet about when will I be in a video with Phil? What's going on with you and Phil? So he decided to make that video because that would end, that cut it off. And since then, no one's bothering him about me. No one's pestering him about me. And everyone knows now that he wants something to do with me. And he was basically freed of that online kind of harassment and constant Phil. He got to kind of move on and do whatever the hell he wanted and kind of not have to worry about the whole dark side Phil involvement anymore. I really feel that's why he did that. And that's why, again, if he actually had wanted to be friends, he would have responded to one of those texts, or after the video and after hearing how negatively it hurt me, he would have reached out and said something. He hasn't in 4 years. He doesn't give a fuck. If he did, he would have reached out to me. My contact information is exactly the same, hasn't changed. He could have easily reached out to me at one time during the last 4 years, and he didn't. You know, I'm the public persona, not him. I'm the one who's easy to reach, not him. Anyway, here we go again. So everyone's saying exactly the same thing. Try to rekindle the friendship, blah, blah, blah. I just explained my take on that. So, Mr. Popovich said, cheers, you have 12 stacks of clay blocks. You're about halfway getting the clay you need. Halfway? Mr. Popovich, this is not realistic. What you're asking me to do is not realistic. I cannot spend 2 entire weeks collecting clay, I hate to tell you. So whether it's half this thing is colored and half isn't, I think we're done. Like, there's only one other area of the river I can collect clay from, further down at Hook Left, and that's it. I'm not going to spend two entire weeks collecting clay, dude. There's no fucking way that's happening. So I strongly recommend we find a compromise here where I can use the clay that I've collected to do some of it, and I use cobblestone or something else to do the rest, because I'm not going to spend 4 or 5 hours collecting clay. That's not fun to the viewers. There's already people here who are freaking out that are like, why aren't you building? I thought you were building something this week. Now all I'm doing is collecting clay, you know? So we got to figure something out here. Oh, man. Okay. Shrimpy Pimply cheered. And he said maybe he had his own problems. No, and you're right. You're absolutely really right. Maybe Rambo has his own life, has his own problems, has his own shit going on. That's perfectly fine. So tell me, right? Tell me what's going on. Don't have pent-up resentment behind the scenes and then blow up in a video publicly when you literally ignored me for 6 months instead of telling me that there was a problem, you know? Again, I said this back then, I'll say it again. A real person who has responsibility, who has respect, who acts like a true responsible adult, a man per se, rather than someone who's a coward, who hides, who has pent-up resentment, passive-aggressive behaviors. A real person will upfront tell you when there's a problem. They won't hold it behind closed doors, secretly pretend like it doesn't exist, and then all of a sudden blow it up in your face to make you look bad. That's not what someone who actually cares does. And quite frankly, when that video was made, it really changed my perception of John and Howard, because I had always thought that those guys were upfront, honest guys, and basically let me see that they weren't. That they were basically kind of cowardly and didn't ever want to say shit upfront to me, honestly, that they were afraid of how I would react or something, which is preposterous. It's not like I ever reacted to them in a way that was mean or angry. It's not like I had any power over those guys, that if I didn't, oh my God, I'm angry because they said something, that I did something wrong, now I'm going to blow up on them on the internet. I never would have done that. And I actually, the other thing is, over the years, and they knew this, I always said, one of the most important things for me is trust. One of the most important things is honesty and trust and being upfront. I would rather you insult me to my face than you hold pent-up aggression for 3 years and then have it come up, you know, behind my back and stab me in the back. I'd rather have you just insult me to my face, because then we can figure out why you have this negative feeling towards me, and we can figure it out together and get past it, you know? If I don't know about it, I can't get past it. And that was the whole issue there. That was the whole fucking issue there, is that here's someone who I trusted, who I had, you know, been a close friend with, told stuff who I hadn't told anyone else, trusted in with private information and shit, And he had done the same with me. And over the years, we had done work together, but personal stuff and fun stuff together. And he literally had all these issues and never fucking told me. That's not respect. That's not how you treat a true friend. It's not, you know? If I had issues with him, I definitely would have told him. And he apparently decided not to give me that same kind of honesty. And that's kind of fucked up in my opinion. So... So, anyway, I think we've now been on this subject long enough, and we're going to wrap up the stream soon. I think we should talk about something else. Thank you, Anime Girl, for a $1 tip, but no, you cannot be my wife. I am already married, so tough shit. Uzi Gohard cheered. He said, that was a very bitter take on the situation. You're the one that seems to not want to be friends with him because he doesn't talk about it anymore. Dude, what do you not understand? What do you not understand? I wanted to be his friend. I continuously talked with the guy after I moved. He was the one who behind the scenes decided he didn't want to be a part of my life and be in my content anymore and never told me, was never upfront and honest with me about any of it. Then after not talking to me for months, goes in a video and lies and says that I didn't talk to him, which is bullshit. He literally ignored me for months on end just because I was texting him instead of calling him, which makes no fucking sense. What's the difference between a text and a phone call? There is none. What the shit? Oh my god, he actually crawled over the fence. What is going on here? I'm being invaded. Wow! Holy shit, I got invaded by nasties. Well, that was something else. Alright, let's put that shit back down. Woo! Anytime this could happen in Minecraft, you gotta be careful. Okay, so anyway, Uzi Gohard, it sounds to me like you're a fan of John and you just don't want to listen to reason. Like, I don't know how much more of an honest, matter-of-fact presentation I could tell you about the situation. You know, I would have wanted to be his friend. You know what I mean? Here's the truth of the matter. This is the outright truth of the matter of today is this, okay? The truth of the matter is, it's been over 4 years, guys. Over 4 years, all right? Since I said a word to either Rambo or Howard, and since they said a word to me. The last interaction we possibly had was when they did that nasty video about me, and that was it. That was the burned bridge. That was them telling me, we really don't want anything to do with you. Even though they with their very fake faces in the video, say, oh, we would like to still have a connection with Phil. The phone lines are open. The phone lines have been open. I've been texting you for 6 fucking months and you never responded. So it's not that all of a sudden magically the phone lines are open. It's that you didn't respond to me. It's basically facetious. It's them saying one thing and meaning another. They want to look like the positive guys who never had anything wrong. Okay? They do. They want to look like they were always in the right and they did nothing wrong and I was the villain. Because that gives them the way out. That gives them the way to say, we're out of this relationship. We don't want people pestering us about Phil anymore. We don't want to be in his content anymore. And if we do this one end-all be-all video that basically makes Phil look like shit, at his expense, by the way, because we don't care how this negatively affects him positively or positively or negatively or publicly, because we just want to get out. And that's essentially what it was. They didn't give a fuck about how it would negatively affect me. They just said, we'll just do this so we can help ourselves and screw over Phil. And that's exactly what happened. For everyone talk shit about me, everyone hated me, people quit watching me and stuff because they just wanted to believe what those two had to say instead of actually believing my side of this take, which, by the way, I didn't really talk about for the longest time because I was so hurt by what they had done that I didn't even want to really talk about it anymore. You know, but the truth of the matter is, it's bullshit. It was the whole thing, the way it was done was set up to make me look bad. I don't appreciate it. And after 4 years, if any of them had a shred of decency in them, where they actually felt like, oh shit, maybe this was kind of a messed up thing to do the way we did it, maybe we should have just contacted Phil, they would have contacted me by now. They didn't. So after 4 years, no, I don't have any desire to freaking talk to them or be their friends again. Why would I? It's been 4 fucking years. We could be totally different people. I can tell you right now, I'm a completely different person now than when I moved out of Washington. You know what I mean? Like, I have matured up. I have grown up. I've changed the content I put out. I'm not the same kind of person. You know, I'm married now. My life is much better. I'm in a much better place. I'm a much better person than I was 4.5 years ago when I left Connecticut. Actually, I take it back. 5.5 years ago. Holy shit. I left Connecticut in the mid-2014. It's been 5.5 years. My life is completely different. You know, everything about me is different. So, you know, I'm sure they've moved on with their lives as well. And why are you going to go back for something we've been apart now for fucking 4 or 5 years? To them, they probably never give me a thought. Seriously. They probably moved on. They've got, you know, families, kids, etc. They probably never give me a thought. To them, I was just a blip on on the radar in their life, and now I'm a part of their past that they wrote off and they could just move on. For me, every day I still think about the awesome times I had with those guys and how sad it is that, you know, that fell apart and they chose to have it fall apart. Because I have an online persona, every day people still talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, those guys don't get bothered by that shit anymore. They don't have online personas where they're constantly talking with people. I'm the one who has to live down all the repercussions of their actions to do with it what they did and handle it the way that they did. They didn't think about that. They don't have to think about that. To them, it was just, fuck it. Move on and fuck Phil, right? But I'm the one who's left with the pile of shit for the rest of my life. People will still be asking me about what happened to those guys. How did that fall apart? How do you feel? Blah, blah, blah. You know? So it's completely one-sided. It's completely unfair and messed up. And that's just the situation. But I really, at this point, have zero desire to ever be friends with them again. Why? It's been 4 years. It's been 4 fucking years. If they cared, they would have reached out. I don't care anymore. I have a full life. I'm super busy with my wife. I'm super busy with my cat. I'm super busy with my streams. I'm busy with everything else going outside of that. I don't have time for other friendships outside of that right now. Maybe in the future I will. I don't right now. I could give 2 shits about, you know, what's going on with them because they don't give 2 shits about me. So why do we even dwell on this? And why do people still to this day, they're still cheering and saying, oh, be friends with them. Be friends with them. No, I don't care. Maybe I cared back then because I was so hurt. It's 4 years, guys. 4 fucking years. If you actually do the math, I now have been further away. Like, I've done more content since I moved to Washington. I've done more solo content than I ever did co-op content with John Rambo. If you actually add it up, he started doing co-op with me in 2010. So 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, and half of 2014. Well, I've now done 4.5 years of solo content here and have obviously moved on successfully. It's, you know, people got to move on at some point. You know what I mean? People got to move on. They've got to realize that that era is over. It's not coming back. It's never going to come back. You know, that was their active choice to do what they did. I'm never going to be able to change that or affect it in any other way at all. It's always going to be just what it is. So either, you know, you accept it or you keep talking about it, you keep harping on it, you keep beating the dead horse, you keep, you know. And for me, it's like, it's a closed subject. I don't see why people keep bringing it up and shit. I really don't. I don't see why people keep constantly bringing it up. When in reality, it's not super important. It's not something that I feel is effective to really even talk about anymore because it doesn't really affect my life anymore, you know? I don't think things are magically going to fix overnight ever, you know? I don't have these weird misconceptions that one day magically everything will go back to the way it was, or, you know, it's not. It's over. It's been over for 4 fucking years. It's time to grow up and move on, you know? Bullish Rux says some people just can't move on from the past, and you're right. Richard Link says people bring it up because of this reaction. Well, you see, I feel that this was actually a nice level-headed way to deal with it. I basically spoke from the heart. I told you exactly how I felt. I tried not to be offensive. I tried to be fair to those guys because I can kind of see from their perspective as people who maybe felt that I didn't treat them the best over the years and felt that maybe the insane amount of constant harassment and negativity that they got as a result of being a part of my content was such a weight on their lives that they had to find a way out by any means necessary. And I really feel that's how it ended up the way it did, and how it ended the way it ended is because they just felt, oh shit, it's not worth it anymore to be friends with Phil because look at all the shit, the harassment we're getting online constantly, be in Phil's content, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And they realized they weren't ever going to make it doing internet-based content, that they had to do other stuff, and it wasn't working out. So what a way to cut it off than to do it the way they did it, you know? I don't think they realized that it was going to hurt me as much as it did. I don't think they cared. You know, to them it was just, we got to get on with our lives, so fuck Phil. He left us when he moved, so let's cut him, right? And that's what happened, so. Oh, man. Okay. Let's see here. Shrimpy Pimply cheered and said, depression can bring out the worst in people. Everyone makes mistakes. It's hard to talk about stuff. Sorry that happened. Could you talk to him even just to bury the hatchet? No. I've already answered that. It would be up to him to do it, not me. Friendly tip me $1. Said, I just want to let you know that you're appreciated. I'm sending this to remind you that you're an amazing person who a lot of people follow. Well, thank you very much for that. And I know that, you know, don't get me wrong. Yeah, things that have happened to me, being betrayed, being backstabbed hurts. But at the same time, I get so much positive support from you guys that I don't let it get to me. You know what I mean? Like, I could have completely given up out of all the times that I've been backstabbed and treated like shit over the years. But for me, the fact that you guys are so supportive, and of course, I have a beautiful, loving wife who every single day has my back and loves me and supports me. And, you know, I have a family. You know, everything's going good. Like I keep telling you guys, things are good. Things are not bad in any way, shape, or form. Things are good for me. My personal life right now is probably the best it's ever been in my entire life. It's just a shame that financially things suck ass and are going really poorly for me, but everything else is really good. So I have no complaints. It's not like I have sour grapes and, oh, my life sucks now. No, things are good for me, but I just wish that things could have gone better than the way that they did. You know what I mean? And they definitely could have gone better. Trust me. Okay. Triply Pimply cheered against it. Sorry, I'll drop it. Seems like it still sort of hurts. It's always going to hurt. That's the thing. People say, oh, in time things get better. Things don't hurt as much. That's horseshit. When you get genuinely hurt in life, it'll hurt forever. It will. It'll always hurt. It's just that it's not as sharp as it used to be. You know what I mean? Like every day I think about that, I still feel like I was completely betrayed and hurt by those guys. But I can't change the past. I can't make things any better. So that's life, and you move on. And you, instead of, I could have took that experience as, oh my God, here's people who I trusted, and they completely betrayed me and treated me like crap by doing this. And I could have just said, well, I give up, but I didn't. Instead, I stayed positive. I stayed the course, and even with all the worst things that happened to me in the future, I'm still here. I'm still positive. I have a beautiful wife now to share a life with because I didn't give up. You know what I mean? Like, I could have shut down and just said, fuck this, and got depressed and just let everything overcome and beat me. And I didn't do that. Instead, I just reapplied myself more positive in life, and things turned out well. So there's an experience. There's an example of not letting that shit overcome you and then having a positive outcome. So. Delancius did a 3,200-bit cheer and said, have some bits. Wow. Well, thank you, Delancius, for the 3,200-bit cheer. That is the biggest contribution of the night. Thank you very much, Delancius, for that. Much appreciated, man. Shrimpy Pimply cheers, so maybe they feel bad now and are too embarrassed to bring it up. Dude, they just don't care. I'll tell you right now, they don't care. If they had an inkling of morality or feeling of remorse, they would have definitely done something. They don't care. Oh, shit! You've got to be kidding me! What the fuck? Look who just showed up in town. Oh. Well then. This is one hell of a night in Minecraft. What the fuck is going... I gotta kill these guys, right? I have to. Now the good news is, the villagers are not alerted. So I wonder if I wait till nighttime, if the villagers will go to sleep, and then I can go out there and fight them without any risk of collateral damage. Because right now I'm very worried if I go out there that they're going to kill the villagers. See? So I'm going to wait for night and for the villagers to go to sleep, and then I'm going to go out there and fight those fucks. Holy shit. It is. It's essentially, it's a boss battle. What it is, it's considered the haunted night where the ghosts of the horsemen come out on their horses, and you have to... This has only happened to me twice before. Once I killed the horseman and I took the horse. I tamed the skeleton horse and I rode it back to my old settlement, but then that horse somehow disappeared. I don't understand how that happened. So, this is quite interesting. They're only interested in me, says Papa Vera. Yeah, but if I go out there and fight them, isn't it possible there could be collateral damage? I might hit a villager, they might hit a villager. I don't want to take a risk. I'd rather have it be nighttime, have them all be asleep, and then fight them then. They want the one ring. Yes. Thank you, Sean Slayer, for a 100-bit cheer. Ultimate Warrior took me $1, says, will you ever do a debunk stream about Rambo and Howard? No. No. It's stupid. It's just stupid. And there's no point. I've talked about it over the years. Every once in a while, I'll give you my take. I'll give you, what I think. I'm not going to sit there and do a fucking debunk stream. There's no point. It's dead. I told you, I've now made more content after my anything I've ever done with them. I've made 5 solid years of content here in Washington State by myself. Their stuff is so far in the past, most people who watch me today don't even know about that shit. So what's the point of doing a fucking debunk stream 5 years later? That would be the dumbest, pettiest, stupidest thing I could ever do. Mr. Barbavero Cherry said we could replace the yellow terracotta with oak planks. Oak has a blonde color. It could be some of that close to the gold color that you can easily get 15 stacks of oak planks. Use the rest of the clay you have. You could use cobble for the twig or use oak logs, which has a brown color. The only colors you would need is white, black, and orange. Whatever we can do. Seriously. Whatever we can do to reduce the amount of clay. Because I cannot go back out and spend an entire other stream collecting clay. People will be too bored. Okay. So, it's getting nighttime. That's good. It means that soon... soon, they'll be heading to sleep. Once they go to sleep, I can head out there and fight. Good lord. I never expected they were going to teleport into the town. I thought they would be outside, and if they ever showed up, I would go fight them. They showed up inside the fucking town. Holy shit. A posse after my ass. Oh, shit. Are they going to sleep now? Did they go to sleep yet? I can't tell if they went to sleep or not. I don't see any activity out there. I don't see any activity, so I guess I'm going to go fight them. Alright, ready? Thank you, Sean Slayer, for another 100-bit cheer. Are you ready? Hey, fuckheads! Okay, not so bad. I took them by surprise, and it actually wasn't so bad at all. But look at the items. Like, I'm going to get a ton of items from them. Watch. Some arrows. Darn, I wanted their helmets. I wanted their helmets. I didn't get them. So now what's going to happen? Dude, there's arrows everywhere. What's going to happen with these horses? Are these horses just going to stay and graze in the town forever? These bone horses? If so, I mean, that would be amazing. Right? Like, that would seriously be amazing. But I don't know if that's the case or not. Also, I want to be sure the villagers are okay. I hope these fucking assholes didn't kill all my villagers. That would suck. Oh, no. Oh, no! There's no villager. There's a baby villager. There's a villager sleeping in there. Okay, there's a villager sleeping in there. Dude, did they kill all the villagers? Oh, shit. Oh, no. I seriously hope they didn't kill all of my villagers who I put all that time and effort into. I mean, I could, later on, I could breed them again if I need to. But I'm going to be really upset if they killed off my villagers, man. No, that guy's asleep. There's still a few. Oh, this one's stuck in the boat. That's right. This is the guy stuck in the boat forever. There's a nitwit. There's a few of them just standing around not doing anything. Look. What the fuck? What is this? So what that tells me is that there's not good enough lighting over here. Even though I thought there was. There's not good enough lighting, and they're spawning on this side of the town, which sucks. Oh, by the way, look. I grew all these. I forgot I grew those. Those are the bushes that slow down enemies. So here's the thing. The enemies will only spawn when you're there. So the town has not been safe, but because I've never walked over here at night, the enemies never spawn, see? Because I always slept at night, those enemies never showed up. So as long as I don't walk around the town at night, these enemies should never spawn and attack. Right? I think so. So sadly, I do think that the enemies did kill a bunch of my villagers. Some of them are alive still. I do see some of them alive. But I think that a bunch of my villagers got killed off. The good news is the villagers are naturally reproducing. As you saw, there was a kid villager. So I think they will eventually repopulate by themselves, even if some of them were all killed off. I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. And some of them, as you can see, some of them are still alive and just sleeping. So, I think we're alright. I think we averted a crisis. I do. Okay, I gotta go to sleep. And by the way, we're done. Oh, wow, he's running around. I don't know what the fuck this kid's doing. He's running around like an idiot. So, oh my god. Dude, look at this. The villagers are in the tax office tossing shit at each other. What a bunch of idiots. Okay. So, final shoutouts of the night, everybody. M5NSX cheered and said, Papa Vera said they only go after you. He meant the horseman. Mr. Papa Vera cheered. He said, you can use the bones you got for the white dye you'll need. You'll need brown dye from cocoa beans, black dye from ink sacs, and you can get orange dye from red and yellow flowers. So it looks like ink sacs will be my issue because I don't have many ink sacs. I only killed maybe like 2 octopus the whole game. So maybe I'm going to have to go kill them eventually. Frog and Shoot, he said, Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey already came out on PS4 the past Friday. It's been getting rave reviews. It doesn't come out later this month like you said. It's currently $40. Oh! Originally, it was scheduled to come out the last week, so I guess maybe it did get an earlier release date. I didn't even know that. Alright. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. It's been an eventful stream, to say the least. I really didn't get much done in the scope of things, but I did get a lot of terracotta going. And so, I guess what we'll probably want to do for the next session, as Papa Vera suggested, right, is try to figure out what I need for colorings, and then we can gather the final resources I need, and then we can build this bird statue, okay? Since we are ending the stream, it looks like Delancius is the top contributor of this week's Minecraft stream. So Delancius, thank you very much for the contribution. And you get to choose what happens in Minecraft. Do you want to see me build something special? Do you want to see me name something in the game world? Or do you maybe want to see me do something different? You know, like I said, some people actually expressed an opinion. They want to go see me explore the world a little bit more. Maybe look for more biomes. So I leave it in your hands, Delancius, to decide for next week's stream, next time, same place, next Monday. Think about it, all right? In the meantime, I'm going to have to figure out what to do in regards to the colorings. I guess Papa Vera is going to try to tell me what exactly I need for the terracotta coloring, so we can go from there, and I'll see what resources I have, what resources I don't, and we'll go from there. But there's no way I could do another entire stream of collecting clay. If anything, all right, one of the major criticisms that I have of Minecraft is collecting resources takes a long time. You know, like, I want to build a statue. Okay, well, do you want to do boring stone or do you want to do color? Of course I want to do color. Okay, go spend 7 hours collecting clay, collecting fucking coal, collecting all the color things to dye stuff, then smelt, then color. It's like, dude, I just want to, I had an idea of something creative I wanted to do. I would like to just do it. Now you might argue we'll play creative mode then, right? Instead of survival mode. Fine, but then there's really no challenge to creative mode. So, you know, it is what it is. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yes, next time around, we'll hopefully have a better idea of all the resources that I need in order to build this statue. Okay? And we'll probably begin building the statue. And Delancius, in the meantime, in the next week, we'll think about what he wants to see us do in the future in Minecraft. Okay? Good stuff.